Yes!
You have new mail.
Yahoo!
Good evening, CBJ crew.
Good evening!
It's nighttime.
It's...
Jesus Christ.
Good evening, CBJ crew.
Good evening!
Thanks for reading the last email. You gave great, funny answers to everything. The specials, fuck yes. Yeah. He agrees with Tiger's answer. Me and Socko disapprove.
I thought Socko said he liked the specials.
No, but best ska band of all time, we had 3 different answers.
No, you guys said Bad Brains, and
That's not a ska band.
you said Grow Up as...
That was the end of that argument. We were talking about hardcore. Okay.
Yeah.
I will be in the area on Halloween, so expect the fireworks then.
Ooh.
That's the day that you're here, Socko.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot he's gonna bring me fireworks!
Sort of like a reverse trick or treat.
And you can't get in trouble because it's nowhere near July 4th, yeah!
Sort of like a reverse trick and treat.
I love it!
Trick or treat.
It'll be like, the cops will be like, fireworks? Huh, that's odd.
To answer a question posed to me, I actually first caught wind of your show through an older episode of Super Live Adventure podcast. Oh. I grew up with John Saluga's cousin Kyle, and he turned me on to Slap. I didn't really realize that's the
yeah, that's
short
pretty
name.
good.
That's pretty good.
That, yeah.
That's it. That is
You
good.
can't really pronounce WCBJ as one word.
What?
Well, come in. Oh God, I'm so happy.
His Babyface 20 minutes.
After they mentioned the store had a podcast, I found it on iTunes and have been a dedicated listener since.
Alright.
It's pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
Hey, it's free!
My shipping address is 3... I'm not going to read his address.
What oh yeah,
Send him a
t-shirt,
shirt.
right?
I'm a medium.
There you go,
So
medium.
So he's not a fatty.
No.
Thanks!
Motherfucker!
Babyface, I'm adding it to the creep list for the week.
Hey, look, come on now, I got news for you. You've been busting out of your mediums lately too there, buddy.
Chunky!
Yeah, pretty soon 30-something is your... go on, Waffle.
With news of Constantine and Gotham potentially joining Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on network primetime, and the Flash pilot, the failed Wonder Woman pilot, and the voluminous titles being optioned for movies, what gems are they missing?
I believe it's Voluminous.
Voluminous?
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not the
Not to be
English major.
confused with voluptuous.
Who's the English man? Oh, that's right, Babyface.
So what gems do you think they're missing?
Heroes for hire.
Heroes for hire. It's pretty much
Yeah, Heroes for
Misty, Danny, and Luke.
I'm telling you, man, I think that an HBO show called Arkham would be amazing. Where Batman doesn't even have to fucking be in it. Just think like Oz, but Arkham Asylum.
That'd be
And-
great.
And at the end of the first season, you can have like somebody big show up,
Killer
like
Croc,
Joker or fucking
Clayface.
yeah, man, it would be fucking awesome. And you make important characters out of the doctors there and the staff and sex and drugs.
Pitch this.
Dude, man,
Awesome.
The one I'm
you
waiting
don't know
for.
when I ain't pitching.
HBO show Marvel Knights, all about Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, everything except the Punisher, pretty much.
That'd be cool.
They have the Punisher, though.
What gems are they missing? Like in
Moon
making
Knight.
all these TVs and movies. Moon Knight would be part of that.
I think Anton Yelchin would win like 4 Emmys if he starred in
That's-
The Last Man.
It's not one of the gems they're missing. And Marvel DC stuff. Yeah, but I do
Marvel
agree.
DC.
Marvel DC stuff, man.
Well, I'd want a Shazam show.
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol would be a really good ongoing like show.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
If Gene Roddenberry's son like got a hold of the Green Lantern Corps and just called it the Corps, you know. But once again, you don't need any of the major characters in there, you know.
Fantastic
The
Four.
biggest character you need is Kilowog. That's already being taken care of by
Never
the company.
thought of
Though.
Yeah.
They're not forgetting that. They're just miscasting it.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
By the way, just have to say, watched the second because I couldn't find the first episode on DVR or whatever on demand. Watched the second episode of Axe Cop. I think it's hysterical.
yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
The show's great.
I have to find it.
If you had to pick any comic property into a TV show or movie, what would it be and why? We went over that. I kind of cut that question off. We answered it already.
I'll be honest with you. Something I would love to see, any comic property, I would love to see, really and honestly, and not just because Satan and all that shit, but I would love to see Welcome to Hoxford. I think Welcome to Hoxford
Girls.
would be a really great show. I think Girls
movie, no.
Girls would be a good
no.
movie, but like
Yeah, not
as far
a
as like a TV show, I think Hoxford would be really
TV
cool.
show.
I feel like
Defenders.
The Sword would be a really cool like maxi series, like one of those like 12-hour-long episode
Yeah.
like HBO series for The Sword. Well, I feel like that's what I would want too.
They could do one movie for that.
Yeah.
Probably.
It would.
But that's what makes it good.
I think Dead Enders would be a good TV show.
True Blood,
And is it-
good comic, great show.
Dead Enders would be a really good show.
Yeah.
Because you can expand past that what the fuck ending.
And then you could, have a specific 3 seasons.
About
That's it.
Yeah.
Just
What
have
about Swamp Thing?
They already did the TV show.
Oh.
I feel like we should bring back the Friday the 13th show and make John Thompson happy.
Yeah. Jill Thompson or John Thompson?
John Thompson.
Oh,
John Thompson's here. There he
he's
is.
too far away. Tom Jones.
I'm over here.
So what else? What else we got from our friend
Okay.
far, far away?
To make it more interesting, TBD can't pick anything DC. Or Shakespeare. Seriously, man, it's a comics podcast. Why would I have been referencing A Midsummer Night's Dream? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Wow!
I like it.
Told you.
I like it.
Was that reference to Puck also?
Oh my, yes. Yes.
Go.
For somebody who made notes on the podcast, you didn't listen very well. To be honest, I'm sorry, Babyface.
Let's do other stuff.
I was gonna say Thief of Thieves is a show. Was a.
They got an option.
Trade.
Yeah.
Why don't you bring up Powers, too?
Fine.
How's we sick?
Yeah, it's on and off. They keep saying it's going to get made.
No, I think they canceled that. They did a
Again-
pilot and then they canceled it.
Again, I saw another thing that it's like in talks again.
Yeah.
And it's
Horrendous.
a weird, and maybe not a TV show, but a movie. It's a weird concept. But has anyone here read Sex Criminals?
Yes.
By Fraction?
Yes.
I thought that first issue.
We
was
need more than one issue to say it would be really cool.
TV
Yeah.
show. I got one. Transmetropolitan.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
See how much we could piss off Alan Moore with that looking like.
I have to say, man, I think fucking Baltimore would be awesome.
Baltimore would be a great.
Would be a great fucking TV show.
BPRD
Or
is
even
a
if
TV
they,
show.
BPRD would be cool because you can do like the Gotham Central
Yeah.
kind of thing. Because the only major characters you need are Abe, Johan, and
Huh?
Roger.
How about Gotham Central then?
There you
What's
go.
happening?
That's kind of
Kinda.
the Gotham show that they're almost doing.
I'm still gonna put in my original vote. And this is Punisher. Just make it straight into a Showtime original series. It was literally written like it should be, season by season. Every 6 to 12 issues, you have a great season for it. Introduce all the characters. They all add into each other. He ends off every single book by 10. It would make an awesome series.
Who are you?
Tony Favrino likes guns.
There we go. It's a pipe in there, Tony. It's good to hear from you.
Babyface can't pick anything Green Lantern. The rest of you cannot choose to remake any property already adapted. So we pretty much followed his guidelines without even reading them.
Oh, there you go.
We're smarter than you think, Griffin. Personally, I like his. I want to see a Dial H for Hero anime.
That's fucking awesome. That's a great
It's a
idea.
bizarre property full of awkward gender changes and balls to the wall craziness. The Japanese should grasp it pretty quickly.
I wish he shopped here regularly. We'd have some smart conversations for once.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, Griffin.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Happy trails, Griffin Sullivan.
Cool.
Thank you, Griffin.
Thank you, Griffin.
Yeah.
Now Babyface's voice.
I was told I had to
Did you
read
have
this
some-
one.
Did you have something to say though about Griffin's email? That you say that I wasn't, or he wasn't, he is the first or some shit?
Yeah, he said that he was the second person who hasn't shopped at our store to email us, but he's actually wrong. He's the first because he said like Alabama or something. But I think that was like a jerk-off email that you said was fake.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So-
actually, we didn't say it was fake on the air.
Well, I mean, yeah, you like we pretended it was from somewhere else, but no, it wasn't. So Griffin's technically the first person who hasn't shopped here, who's emailed us.
And he's bringing me firecrackers.
I'm not reading this bottom of PS.
I'm gonna put them all in Ed's car.
yes, you
and call
are.
911.
Babyface, at least read the
If
email
you're not
before you
reading the
cut
PS, then I'll read the
Okay.
email.
What's up, fuckers? So, I have a day off from work and I'm listening to all the podcasts all over because honestly, I have nothing better to do. I've been dealing with a lot of shit the last week or so, but seeing Waffle
You should
and
take the day off to listen to all the podcasts. That's a good reason to take the day off. My wife does it all the time.
Aw. Back to the email. But seeing Waffle and Anthony, Tough Tony, on Thursday and Friday at the con and seeing all you guys this past Wednesday at the shop made the situation I've been dealing with so much more tolerable. Takes my mind off of stuff. Anyways, enough with the touchy-feely crap. I finally get to say this. Stephanie Brown is back, bitches!
Woo! That's true.
Kinda. Sorta.
Well, at con they announced that she'll be coming back in the weekly Batman series.
Batman.
Remember a Con Ed? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Forensics.
That's actually the next line. I honestly can't wait for Batman Eternal, but also scared they're gonna fuck it up. Supposedly, Tim Drake is getting a bigger spotlight here than he was getting in Teen Titans. That'd be cool. Anyways, I have a few questions. What are your thoughts on a weekly Batman comic? You think it could be pulled off well with clear, cohesive writing, or will it be a mess?
If they do it the way they did 52, where there's multiple creative teams working together to push out good content, yes. If they go the Countdown and Trinity route, no.
I agree with Waffle.
Isn't this kind of like a weekly Legends of the Dark Knight then?
Yes and no, only it's physical.
Well, I believe it's all in continuity.
Yeah.
And Snyder is heading the project.
Yeah.
So I like the
I have faith in it because I feel like the sales of the last 2 weeklies could prove that what doesn't work, hopefully. Because Trinity definitely
I think
wasn't.
weekly's tough, man. I
Yeah,
think
Weekly's
weekly's
tough.
better. You know, I think weekly's tough.
If
I
they're
think
gonna
people are
do it
drop
for one
it.
character though, you know what I mean? Of anything,
Well-
not saying like just justified. but
I mean, from what I've read, it seems like they're going to bounce back and forth. You know, maybe have an issue with Stephanie Brown, an issue with Tim Drake, an issue with the talent.
That'd be interesting.
That's
Yeah,
what
but,
feels
you know,
like.
but then you've also got people who are going to probably, you know, just like, you know, pick
They
their
already have,
issues,
like,
you
12
know? I don't
Batman
want to read
books.
about Stephanie Brown, you know.
well, that's why Countdown and 52 had their because it was an ongoing. You needed that next number.
If they're going to do it, the thing that made 52 successful is it knew where it was going. and
Well, it
then
led
defined
to
direction.
something. Led to the next event.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure Danny Rodriguez over here doesn't want another Batman book that he has to buy weekly.
That would make what 6 Batman
Danny
titles with Batman in
Rodriguez
the
is a
title.
member of the studio audience.
Okay, next question. What do comics mean to all of you? I love comics because to me they're the myths of our age, the Hercules of the modern age, etc.
To me, they mean money.
Money, money, money.
Mine.
I mean, comics have just, they've been a mainstay in my life since I was a little kid, you know. It's funny, like, you know, Peter Parker isn't going to ask for another million an episode. And you know, the role of Peter Parker will be played by someone else, which kind of has happened in comics, but you know, it's a very unique medium in the sense where you've been following the same characters, you know, for 40, 50 years, you know, if you've lived that long, and it's completely unique. So
There's no random budget changes. So like content suddenly can't look awesome, and then what the fuck happened?
No,
Like, special
yeah.
effects can't go away.
it's completely different than, you know, soap operas, or you know, it's I don't know, it's a completely unique, and as far as superheroes go, very American medium. You know, it's the jazz of literature, man.
It's constantly changing.
I find it to be a great form of joy and escapism. And in reality, this store itself, the amount of people I've met from the store due to comics, it's incredible. I mean, I can't, like, even like Waffle next to me, I became better friends with Waffle because of comics in the store.
That's what you think.
It is what I think.
Tiger, where'd you get fruit snacks from?
On top of the fridge.
Oh, okay.
I just looked. I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "You want some?" Pulled fruit snacks out of his pocket.
Do you have an answer? Do you guys have a response?
I was just gonna say, you just did escapism. It's a way to relax.
Yes.
You know.
Novels never grabbed me the way comics do, and the amount of universes that I can float through in comics and I never was able to in like prose is unbelievable to me to a degree.
Well, yeah, because you could flow through them a hell of a lot more quickly.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I can read 7 different universes and know exactly where I'm sitting in each
Yeah.
of these worlds the second I open and close the books.
I've turned people on to comics, and they've never read them before. They've been like, I can't believe I've wasted my time looking at like my fucking program guide on cable for hours looking for something worthwhile to watch when I could have just been fucking reading this shit.
When I could have given
know?
you the 2 things I wanted out of a story, you can hand me 10 books.
Yeah.
It's also the way you set your own pace,
Yeah.
and you know, it's thinking about what happens between the panels.
Yeah.
And to me, it's those close-ups. It's looking at the hero after that moment where he thinks he's just failed and hates himself. To me, sometimes that's so much more interesting than the action beats.
I mean, there's so many people that work on one single issue of a comic that comes out on a monthly basis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's so
It's
many
production.
fucking people. It's
Production.
yeah, it's truly insane.
It's
man.
not 2 guys with a fucking printing press like churning out little books.
Well, yeah, but even back in the days of, you know, when they had the bullpens, you know, for art and whatnot, even then it was, you know,
That must have been a sight to behold. Honestly.
it's
I
evolved
think. Yeah.
like every other art form, but, you know, at the same time, it still maintained its basic essence, where it's a flip book held together with staples, you know.
Telling a story.
Yeah.
In a couple colors.
Oh, master of the obvious, Socko.
I mean, me personally, I enjoy the art of collecting, and I mean, with comics, the fact that you read something and you have to, you know, wait a month of your life to the next issue. Like that joy and excitement of looking forward to that.
The curation of it is, you know, so much fun. Everything else that comes along with, you know, just reading them and going back and reading them again.
Well, outside of music, there's no other like real collection you can really get yourself into that you're so involved with what you're actually getting. You know what I mean? Like nobody, toy collectors, they get to stare at their figures, or statue collectors, they get to look their awesome shelves, but every week we get to get a bag full of stuff to add to our collection. We actually get to read all the shit.
I mean, I've said it time and time again. What the fuck does everybody else have to look forward to on a weekly basis except for the paycheck if they're working? You know, we're lucky enough where in the middle of every week we have a fucking holiday, a day of excitement where, you know, hey, shit, man, shit's coming out today. I've got these great things to look forward to, you know, and I think there's a reason why. You know, everybody who says, "Oh, you're afraid of digital comics." People, you know, comic fans, aside from what a lot of people think, I think the vast majority are very social beings, and the internet has proven that. And they love to come to the shop on a weekly basis and walk the wall. I mean, we have so many people that have missed out on certain books just because they want to walk the wall. They don't want a pull list. You know, they want to look at what has come out.
Yeah. They feel like we robbed them of their experience.
That's one thing with people at pull lists who go straight to the counter. And like, I usually ask, like, you want to look around? Like, there's other new stuff that came out that you might think's cool.
I mean, the one and only time I had a pull list in my life, it was ever evolving, and it was usually for stuff that I figured might sell out. And I would call ahead to the shop, and I would say, all right, you know, can you put a copy of this for me on the side of, you know, I go through previews and stuff. And then otherwise, I always like to just walk the wall myself, and I like being in the atmosphere. It's very unique. I mean, there's no other artistic medium that gets so many people, so many of the same people, to gather in one place week after week, month after month, year after year. You know, and I think an event like New York Comic Con and some of the bigger cons and cons that are popping up are a testament to that. That there's even the fringes of comic book culture. You know, they're getting more. There's a fucking TV show for cosplay now.
Yeah.
You know, and I watched an episode, and these people talk about the fact that, like, they don't read comics.
Yeah.
They're just into it, you know, to go and win cosplay fucking, you know, tournaments or whatever the fuck you call them. I don't know. What do you call these things, Tony?
Contests.
What the fuck should I know?
But I mean, the amount of customers we have that come every week, every Wednesday, even if they have like one book pulled for them.
Well, name another retail establishment that you'll be walking around the shelves and their genuine conversation will spark between somebody else that's just walking around.
You know,
because you honestly understand that there's a bridge that you don't have to build with the person standing next to you.
Without someone in a brightly colored polo shirt walking up to you and saying, "What can I help you find?"
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Chris covered out in the audience just said this is the only place that he feels that. It's like talking to other people,
Thank you,
but it's not weird.
And like a lot of customers have no friends who actually read comics, so this is the place to hang out and talk about something they enjoy.
But I mean, that's the whole thing, and that's the idea that, you know, that me and Tiger and Waffle and Babyface have put together in this shop is that sense of community. I mean, that's the main
I'll also
thing.
say
And
that
a lot of shops lose that idea.
This shop is unique. I
yell at
describe it
customer
a lot of
names when they
people
walk
as you run it like a local bar. You just serve comics instead of booze.
It's like Cheers, the place where everybody knows your name.
But I mean, that's going on all over. Not for nothing. I mean, honestly, what goes on here is going on all across the country. There's plenty of other great retailers that do the exact same thing that we're doing, or close to it, and see the value in what it is. But, you know, in asking, you know, what the comics mean, I mean, you know, I think everybody at the table can go on and on and on. We can do an entire podcast about it.
Yeah, except Tiger.
You know.
So you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
they have nice art. What it?
No, I mean, I really enjoy reading, so,
Okay.
you know, I feel like stories and comics are stuff that I can't really get in any other form of literature. And I have stuff that I wouldn't necessarily enjoy, like I enjoy sci-fi fiction or stuff like that, so I feel like in comics.
But also, you know, I mean, like, perfect example with Tiger. Sometimes comics are a bridge to something else, or being in the comic shop is a bridge to something else. Tiger had never watched Doctor Who, all right?
Yeah.
And now Tiger really digs Doctor Who, and I think it's safe to say it's because of the shop and comics, right?
People coming in
people
and
talking about it all the time.
You have 150 people tell you to watch something, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch something.
So Ed
After
gave
a while.
the fist, so I'm going to quickly just finish this. Congrats on 51 podcasts. Here's hoping for 50 more and beyond.
Yay.
That's his PS and figure that out. Sincerely, Michael Simonowski. Thank you, go.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, PS, I really don't want to say this.
You want me? Can I read it then?
Okay, here.
Because this is comfortable out of my lips.
Tag out.
P.S. Fuck Dan Didio.
He's
Fuck
a
DC
very nice
editorial.
man.
Why can't I quit you? P.P.S. If DC decides to kill Nightwing, I'm quitting them officially and we'll go pure Marvel fanboy from that point on.
Well, you got
talk,
Marvel,
Mike.
you got Image, you got plenty of books.
Mike, we'll talk. You're fine.
And I hate to say it, but yeah, I agree. Fuck that video.
Marvel's kicking ass, so read more Marvel, too.
Kick ass.
Next email, Tiger.
Fuck you, Ed.
As a PSA before this, if you're gonna send us an email, we do not want your thesis paper for your college application letter. Besides the email, it's going to you, Rupert. Go Tiger.
Do we want to have like a 4-paragraph? No, because then they'll each.
We want every email in MLA format.
Don't censor it.
I'll proofread that.
Alright, this one should be interesting. Hey everyone, it's me, Brian Rupert.
Is she there?
Jeff Jones' biggest fan.
Congrats on the only number Ed cares about and having an entire year's worth of pods under your belt.
Oh, thank you.
Going on a
Oh, well, yeah,
1 per week scale, of course.
Oh, this is the famous DC episode.
I wrote an email last week, but it didn't go through because my phone sucks. Here's the email and some new questions after. Hey guys, it's me, Brian. Wow. It's been a while since I wrote, but I've been waiting to attempt to have something of merit to say. It's debatable if I do right now, or ever will or have. I'm typing this from the shitter at work, so forgive the typos and such. I got some questions, here they are. Did anyone make any good buys or have any good stories from this comic? Gee, thanks, fucking Rupert. We just went over this again.
They were slowing up the fucking
Fucking
podcast.
Babyface had to go through his bullet points, so we talked about it once again.
I mentioned some people. I mentioned some
I
people.
hope you washed your hands.
The highlight for me was slapping a CBJ sticker on a cosplaying Green Ranger's helmet.
I have the picture.
I also bought an ASM number 5 and had S. Lee, Stanley, sign it, but that pales in comparison to risking a fight with the Green Ranger.
It was actually someone he met named Simon Lee that
Yeah, right.
just had the good costume.
How you doing?
Brian came
My
in
name
tears.
is Slee. Nobody
I give
can
you
tell-
$5.
Nobody can tell the difference. You just give it to me outside.
Thank you, Chris Sorrentino.
I like to imagine that if I had fought, Tiger would have made me grow in true Ranger villain fashion. So many other Rangers to help him out.
Tiger, you're my favorite Power Ranger villain.
My other question is, how do you read your comics? For example, music. No music laying down, sitting up. And how do you imagine the other members of the pod read theirs? What kind of question is this?
Okay, first, I'm pretty sure we've answered this because
I read my comics in the shop
Yeah.
whenever I can,
I-
mostly in the toilet,
I very
and I
much
try to read them at home.
I remember saying what kind of music I listened to for about like 10 minutes going into detail one episode. Catch up, Brian.
For example, I think Socko reads his in the bathtub, with one leg drenched over the side, erotically rubbing his right nipple as he reads.
I like this.
Do I, hon?
She nodded with like a.
I gotta get back to work. Until
caught
next
her doing it
time,
once or twice.
make mine CBJ. There, wasn't that cool? I know you guys answered your con experience questions last week, so I hope that was ignored because it will be boring and repetitive.
Karate chop.
Just kidding, I love you.
No, you don't.
I have to say though, I did have one of the best comic reading experiences I've ever had in my life recently, where I had a stack of comics next to the bed, and then Joanna came and laid on her side of the bed, and she started reading comics too.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's totally cool.
Yeah. She read Rocket Girl #1.
Well, Ed and Brian are in the same party. That's why they love each other.
I could have read that with her wearing my Rocket Girl T-shirt, but I didn't get one.
Maybe he just has a dumb grin on.
I said zing.
This is a question for everyone at the table. In what order will the members of the CBJ podcast die, and what will be the
What is this obsession?
I think I'm going to die in a car accident. I don't know when though. Probably first.
I'm dying by my own hands in a stupid way, not by like a suicidal way. I know I'm going to be at fault for what happens to me.
I think Ed's first, Tony's second, both from
Tony-
severe heart attack.
She.
Something related to diabetes.
All I'm gonna say is,
Wow,
me and Tony
thanks.
discovered triple cheese at Domino's, and he was the one salivating. And I went, "Oh God!" He went, "Oh no."
I think then it's Waffle. Then I think Babyface because he bumped into something or
Nah,
something.
I think he's gonna die in a Vietnamese internment.
I'm left-handed. Lefties are accident prone.
I think Babyface is
South
going to
Coast.
give a happy ending and swallow AIDS-laden cum.
That is disgusting.
I was about to mention they're just going to find him strewn
Well,
out
you're
spread
an
eagle in an Asian massage parlor, and just wondering what went wrong.
I think Tiger's going last.
All right.
Yeah, just because he's so. I don't know. He's so.
It's like Skeletor.
You're already like in your mid-80s.
Filled with immortal power.
Tiger's like the Watcher.
Myself.
I predict I will live at least to see my son Antonio's 50th birthday.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
That's an awesome prediction.
My prediction?
I think Matt Flick is going to have his head removed and frozen, and we'll have great conversations with Ted Williams.
And Disney.
He'll just like nod his head up to the glass and be like, Socko, turn the page.
Or Richard Nixon in Futurama.
Or everybody in Futurama that was passed. Because they're all in heads and jars. There's museums of
I think
heads and jars.
Sheevel's going to eventually join the Israeli army and realize
No,
it's a big
man,
mistake.
We already had one of our fat Jewish friends do
They get
this.
blown up by an Uzi.
Yeah, but Sheevel's not fat.
No, but the other one was. And then he came
used
back
to
and he
be.
became American again.
All right, let's continue. Now for some individual questions. Ed, what are your feelings about the Affordable Health Care Act, aka Obamacare?
He doesn't understand it.
Next question?
No. You can dodge every bullet. Eventually, you're going to get hit.
I don't care.
That's
No.
okay. I want everyone to die of sickness. Babyface, in a new spin on the old FMK format, here's something new. Fuck, suck off, or get drilled by. Chaos Monkey, Rocket Raccoon, Ace the Bat Hound. Chaos Monkey.
Chaos Monkey, Rocket Raccoon, Ace the Bat Hound.
And what are they?
Fuck, suck off, or get drilled by.
Well, they're all pretty hairy, so the second off is going to be pretty difficult no matter
Okay.
I hope you get fucked by the dog. It goes with the whole Vietnamese thing. I think you can eat him.
What was the
Waffle, welcome to my side of the table.
I have to suck off or they suck me off?
You have to suck off.
Oh.
So you have to fuck one and then blow one and then get fucked by one.
Oh, God.
You have 40 seconds.
We try to keep the podcast to about an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
We don't need dead air with who you're
I'm
gonna.
sucking off Chaos Monkey. I am fucking Ace the Bat Hound, and I'm getting drilled by Rocket Raccoon.
You know what's funny? Can I just say, my wife had mentioned to me that she's glad that we got rid of the pedophilia. now we've brought in bestiality.
This pedophilia would never be
It's the good old internet staple.
It's all with fun.
Alright,
all with fun.
let's continue. Tiger, your thoughts on the steroid era in baseball? Should Clemens, Sosa, Bonds, etc. be in the Hall of Fame?
But I have to fuck animals.
I don't mind the steroid era, but I don't think they should be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Look, you don't mind the steroid era?
Nah, it was enjoyable. If everyone was doing it, it's a fucking big deal. Now everyone's not so much.
No, not everyone was doing it.
Most people were.
No, I don't think everyone. Though.
Not everyone. A lot of them were.
Not
No,
Piazza.
see, the problem is I don't
Frank,
think
though.
I don't think you can penalize those guys because it wasn't illegal for them to be taking it at the time.
I don't think you can
Jim
tell me until you
Leland
talk
was-
about healthcare.
Alright, fine.
Jim Leland wasn't.
What about him?
He wasn't using steroids. Jimmy Leland.
He wasn't, no.
No, I don't think Dave Magadan was.
I don't know. He was a pretty old guy.
I'm talking about, and Jim Leland was playing in the 90s.
Jim Leland, he was on the bench.
Yeah, he was managing.
Could have.
He managed the Marlins to a World Series.
But you know what I love about Jimmy Leland is that he was the last manager you saw sitting on the bench smoking a
Yeah.
Marlboro. And he looks like a lit cigarette. He does.
He left the Tigers. So.
Yeah.
Next
Right,
question.
Socko,
Yo!
what is the best comic on the shelves right now that is not being bought enough?
Why are my questions so boring?
Yeah.
I would kill someone and talk about steroids and Obamacare. I think Obamacare should sanction steroids. Steroids for dogs so they can fuck you better.
He was fucking the dog.
I was
Oh, yeah, he was.
I was getting drilled by Rocket Raccoon.
Best comic on the shelves that nobody's buying. I mean, people are buying every comic on the shelves, but I must say, and I will stand by, Tales Designer Thrizzle. You have to fucking read. If you don't read Tales Designer Thrizzle, you're a fucking asshole.
You're
You
not
can-
Socko's friend.
You can get them
Yeah.
each singly because it's not an ongoing story.
Exactly. It's not something that you have to read voluminously. No, you just fucking pick up an issue and laugh your fucking ass off, man. Genius.
Waffle, what does the fox say?
Oh God. No, shut the fuck up, Danny. Has anyone else other than Babyface heard that song?
Yes.
No? Good.
I don't listen to
A bunch of annoying sounds because real foxes actually make weird yelping sounds. Why is that my question?
I don't even know what this is.
Go listen to more avant-garde progressive metal. Brian.
They made merch for Fox.
Well, that's it for me. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Congrats on 52. Until next time, make mine CBJ. P.S.
Oh, didn't he just do a PS?
No. Bought Proposition Player based off the pod. It was fucking great. More people need to read it.
Based off of Socko, you bought it, you son of a bitch.
Bill Willingham's also.
And what's this with no questions for tough time?
And what's Ed with no opinion still?
We got a note I can read. Can I read a note?
You can read the Edward Nigma.
Ooh, there we go.
Riddle me this.
Dear Peons, my sincerest apologies for sending in my last email late, as I have been known to do in the past.
We don't pay attention to
Happy thinking, simpletons.
this. Yeah, that was a good email.
Well, there's an email from last week that we didn't read.
I don't care.
Sounds like
I'll happily read the whole of this, but I don't want to go back. Do you guys want to go back and read the past Edward Nigma email that we didn't read last week?
No. No, but read this one.
Yeah. My
Oh, I see. Wait,
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He only read the intro line and the last line.
Oh,
There's a whole email.
that's the email.
I assume my little waffle code and Mr. Tiger Shark Karate Bacon Great Gatsby Professor X Captain Arsenal Man Thing Chimichanga Tiger Palooza Roy Jones Jr. Jones
Wow.
would have checked the emails again because of this. But I digress. The answer to last week's riddle was letter.
Oh,
Wait, so this isn't Derek?
This
That was
is-
totally a Derek one.
Oh, it's a Derek who's Enigma.
he just said that he.
I know, but that was totally
We've been
a
over
Derek.
this. Continue.
If you reverse the letters of each word besides,
This is the riddle that we
All
didn't
right,
read.
move on to the
We
next
didn't read
one.
this riddle.
if you reverse the letters to each word besides the letter, all of them create new words. But I'm sure Edward already knows that, because Ed's the Riddler. This week's Brainbusters is follows. Yeah. Then why does your face get really red and you smile a lot when we bring it up?
I'd read it.
I think the Riddler is Kieran.
Yes, Mr. Edward. I love your idea of him being a tiny little
Oh, that
Indian
reminds me.
boy.
I have a big announcement. Kieran Growlick last week at the New York City Invitational
Took it in.
made semifinals in original oratory, so he is believing. Congratulations, Kieran.
And what higher power?
He's believing through not listening to the CBJ podcast.
Hopefully next time it'll be finals.
Everyone ready for this week's Brainbuster?
Uh-huh.
I never was, I am always to be. No one ever saw me, nor ever will. And yet I am the confidence of all, to live and breathe on this terrestrial ball. What am I?
God.
Tiger.
Santa Claus.
I like John Thomas' answer. Potato.
That seems
Poop
way too
I just
potato.
gotta think they're great. I'm done.
Death.
So everyone else done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Death. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like that. It's either death or life.
God.
You see what God did to us?
Isn't he both?
You're fucking narcotics agent. I knew it. Only one more week until the game is over. Kalukale. I'm sure all of you had fun playing along.
Why is it only one more week? till
Because he
the
said,
game's
remember,
over?
Halloween, we're going to find out who this fucking kid is.
No, so they're gonna come
And then
here in
that's
a
what-
fucking Edward Nigma costume.
And then Saturday,
and
he's
then we're all
going
gonna beat the shit out of
He's
him.
gonna go, Satan's coming back next week. And we're all gonna go, I wonder fucking why.
He's gonna want to win the contest.
Listen, Nigma, understand. I kind of punch really hard. really, really fucking hard.
It does.
And unless I look at your past receipts and see that you've spent a good amount of money here, I'm kind of punch you.
Does November start like Joker emails?
What is that? What is that going to be? Dead bodies, like. Joker doesn't need funny clues. He needs dead.
It just sends us morbid pictures of dead people.
I can find lots of that for you. It's the internet after all. Next week's riddle will not only be my last, but its solution will lead you to my identity. Happy thinking, simpletons. We're gonna let Tony read the next email.
Yay, Tony's.
Okay, what are you writing out? You're writing out though.
It'd be funny if
Edward
it's
Nigma. No one person in the audience clapped.
Get it
I'm
over
sure
with
he's
quick,
like
Tony,
3
come
years
on. You're like the micro machines,
I
man.
think we got the fist again.
English.
All right, let's do this. Sup next? Oh my.
No, please read it in the GTA 5 voice.
All right, just for you, Danny. Only this once. Sup, nigga. Happy birthday. After a conversation I had with several hot dogs and cheese, an interesting question came to mind. The Boys features.
Is this from you, Tony?
No, but it does involve all of my favorite pastimes.
Hot dogs, cheese, and Captain America.
And then crying over the subsequence of the cheese making its way through. Tune in for later results. The Boys features Simon Pegg as Wee Huey. It doesn't actually feature him, but he did actually model it after Simon Pegg, so awesome for Dave Robertson. Who would you cast as the other members of The Boys in a feature film? Discuss. Sincerely yours, with Ed's racism in mind, Danny Rodriguez!
We do a Parent Trap situation, and Matthew Broderick plays everybody.
Good idea.
Me and Tony were discussing this before. I have the female from Kill Bill. The girl played Go-Go, Chiaki Kiyama.
That'd be pretty perfect. She's too old though.
Drooled to myself.
I actually,
She's 29.
I had a backup I didn't say
The
before.
female's
but-
like a 17-year-old.
What about
She's
the,
Asian. She looks
I think
young.
they should all be played by
Hey,
Jack
man,
Black,
hey, man.
which we all know is wrong.
Wait, she's 29. 29, she can play 13 on the CW.
Jack Black can grow a beard.
What about the what about the
this
girl-
problem.
What about the girl from Sin City? The one who played
You know, there's only one girl in Sin City.
Miho.
Miho.
Yeah.
Tyler Dane?
Taylor Dane.
Oh, yeah.
I actually have a confession to make.
No.
I kind of have to sit this one out because I've never read The Boys.
Fine.
Surprise!
Fie and shame on you.
It was on Wildstorm for 6 issues. You fucking suck.
Mother's Milk is easy.
Hey guys, I got a great idea. Let's get a podcast going, but I don't read any comics.
Mother's Milk, you guys will agree, Mild Manor Jones.
No.
What? Yeah, let's cast friends in major
No.
motion picture.
My go-to guy, Terry Crews.
I think we put a twist on that and have Vivica A. Fox play Mother.
Queen Latifah.
Ooh.
Mickey Rourke plays Love Sausage.
Yes.
What's the girlfriend's name?
The bleeding one.
She's
blonde.
she is Starlet any January.
And I said Heather Graham for her.
Okay.
I mean, we've all seen it before in some.
I genuinely just want the scene of Simon Pegg with
I think Butcher should be played by Hamburger Helper.
He's
And how about the Frenchie?
Yeah.
Ah, Frenchie. Shit, we didn't get to Frenchie, did we?
No, we didn't.
I know someone named
Tiger's just staring off.
Tony's hogging the mic, so get his hot dog breath all over it.
Enjoy.
How about Clive Owens as Butch?
Too thin.
Because people can't bulk up for movies?
No, but I mean, he just seems like he wouldn't like smile and enjoy it enough. I want to go with Gerard Butler.
Bert of Ernie and Bert. That's Frenchie.
How about the Count? Hamburger.
Count, that'd be
Wait, hang on. Is there a role for Chris Walken in
I think
there?
the Count should play Captain America in the next movie.
Who could walk and play? Because he needs to be in that.
Two Nazis.
Yeah.
Gerard Butler. That's walking right there.
There you go.
Okay, continue.
Oh, that
I think
was it.
Cookie Monster
Oh.
should play Ed in his biography.
Can we get a petition going for the Governor Chris Christie biography made for TV movie and get Ed to be the main character?
That'd be great.
Get Ed's career springboarded?
Yeah.
It would be comedy.
How much money would the budget lose just for those like interesting
But I
little
think-
sweater details?
I think Ed should have kind of like I can't remember his name. South Park, one of the first few episodes. He was based on Marlon Brando with the little guy.
Oh yes,
Dr. Mephisto.
yes.
Dr. I think he should have a little fucking misshapen child.
I will wander around with Ed as the misshapen child.
And it's just like, look,
Kevin.
things you didn't know about Chris Christie because he's always shot from the podium up.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
White power, baby. There you go.
Hey guys, good evening. So straight to the questions. So my first question is, if you were to eat a sandwich while reading comics, what would be the ideal sandwich to accompany said book?
None.
Turkey breast, the mustard cheese, and light mayo.
Ham and cheese with mayo.
Grilled cheese with bacon.
Well, then that's
What's your problem?
that's awesome.
Okay.
Steve Martinez says that's awesome.
I would eat the whaler with Aquaman.
An ice cream sandwich.
An ice cream sandwich?
With what?
That's it, with chocolate chips.
With what?
That's my favorite book,
Just
chocolate
like a
chips.
corresponding book is
No. He just said any if you while you were reading any comic.
I wash my hands before I read my comics, so I'm not going to be here.
Animal.
Tony?
Probably have to go with a Hero of the Lone Ranger from Lunchbox.
Oh my
I
god,
got
that's so
really
greasy,
addicted.
dude.
Who gives a shit?
Well,
It's fucking
Tony
delicious.
makes greasy hands and
It's,
comics.
I'm gonna have to. My summer's
I have to go with the
working
Iron Man from Lunchbox or the Tater Tot Tower.
Or the Punisher.
Tater tots. Too many salted meats.
The Punisher's brutal.
Whoa.
Don't
Seriously.
nothing. Don't nothing.
I've watched you drink a tray of cheese sauce.
On a dare. On a fucking dare.
That doesn't make it any better.
All right, fine. You win this round.
My next question is, what comic book characters would you say influences how you go about daily life the most?
I would have to say nobody. I'm my own man.
Woo!
The two comic icons I've tattooed on me have influenced my way of thinking, but I don't try to be like them.
I totally zoned out the question.
What comic book characters influence your daily life the most?
Lex Luthor.
You guys got all in common.
I'd go with Uncle Dudley from the Marvel family.
I thought you said for Harry.
Linus.
That's right. I picked
Surprise,
the-
surprise, he picked somebody out of the Marvel family.
I thought you meant me. I'm like,
He's
no.
the janitor who Billy Batson shacks up with.
Shaq's love.
As in Ed, who Ed really wants
So
to be.
Billy Batson and this is a janitor. What, at his school? Ed?
Yeah.
No.
He feels sorry for him because he knows he's
Babyface,
homeless.
you do me a favor and move your creepy trophy over to Ed.
There's his whole other backstory where he does magic and...
Well, maybe it's the Beast with two backs.
I'm no longer creepy.
No, that,
My
that
last
wasn't
question will be...
Whoa.
And you blushing or do you have rosacea?
You want to shack up with an older dude?
What?
That's what I got from your response.
No, I
I
was...
zoned out again. You want to shack up with an old dude?
Hey, you know, there was a guy in my neighborhood who loved to teach magic to children. He's now doing 15 consecutive sermons. You want to be like him too? You want to shack up? I'll send me a number.
No, I said I want to be like...
With what?
See, John's a janitor and he sees lots of homeless kids.
You want to check up
Take
with
it home.
What'd you say, Tony?
I don't know. The hot
You
dogs
said-
are doing weird shit to me.
You want to check up with someone?
I think it's the cheese fries swimming through your body.
Tony's blood is cheese.
Cheddar positive.
You're the
When Tony goes to give blood, he goes to the UA. And then they put all over nachos.
I like to consider my own way of giving back.
And then those bad days, there's little bacon bits floating.
you're like the short character from the Goofy movie.
No platelets.
Wow.
Platelets for Tony is bacon bits.
Fine.
I know you got that, David Lucchese, because you pay attention to all my in-between moments.
Who cares?
Not,
Fine. Jesse Custer from Preacher, and because I like to yell at children when I get a chance to, Spider Jerusalem from Transmet.
Yeah, I can
That's
see
really
when you're
how you
like on
live your
maniacal
day-to-day.
rampages with weapons and write such great journal entries.
You're not subscribed to my blog.
You have a
How about you,
blog?
Tiger?
No, it's trannies and fart jokes.
Wait, Tony has a blog?
No,
Is that what it's called?
no.
Not yet.
Oh, perfect title.
That's all I got.
Do you have a character that you think?
Fucking said one already.
My last question will be: if you had to put an animal sidekick from a pet store, what would it be, and what one power would it have? Nothing omnipotent though.
I want to.
Edge would be Billy Batson in the power of a vacuum.
I want an incorporeal ferret.
I don't understand that.
Incorporeal can go through walls like Kitty Pryde.
Oh, yeah.
But he incorporeal. Sorry, yeah, fuck.
Incorporeal.
Incorporeal.
That was a question.
But not like turn on and
Tony,
off.
listen, I happen to remember when we worked at another comic book store. Instead of saying macabre, you said macrobee one time.
Miss Macrobee for Cade is terrible.
That was like on the Oscars when John Travolta said it was Les Miserables.
I want a recording of that. I'm gonna have to look for that.
Who said that?
John Travolta, and he said it like 3
Les
times.
Miserables.
So weird.
Boom.
Mine would be a fish, because when I mumble and people don't understand me, the fish could just look at them sternly and go.
I totally forgot what this fucking question
I don't.
Anybody else? I know
If you had to have an animal sidekick from a pet store, what power would it have?
Tiger wants a horse and its superpowers to get him home from here.
You get those at pet stores?
They're super. Oh my god. See, look, we made up superpowers. You want a fish that goes blob.
I didn't pay attention to the superpowers. I just thought animals.
See, Steve, he doesn't listen to you.
Sorry, Steve.
Oh, these are all hilarious answers.
For me, it would be a guinea pig that would have the power to turn into a water balloon when I throw it. I don't know, what is it throwing back in? Oh, it's just water.
But then, how does it turn back?
That turns, and then just pulls itself together.
I would have a chinchilla that turns into an airplane.
They can't fly. Why are you biting off my shit, man?
You chose another road and they made it fly.
Because
You got your fish, and I have to live with it.
It just goes boom.
what's next?
Have a good night. Drive safely, everybody. Steve Madness.
Who?
Martinez!
No,
Oh!
no, he said his
Racist.
last
Raise your hand, Steven, for the crowds.
No, Steve actually wrote his last name's Martinez. M-A-T-I-N-E-Z.
Don't be ashamed of your Hispanic culture, you son of a bitch.
Stefan Martinez!
I make
Steve,
typos, right? I'm a human being. I make typos.
Steve,
Fuck
do you
off.
have the 5 I gave you today?
Oh my god, I love all this off Mike yelling.
Alright, those are our emails. Let's see what happens when a DC guesses Marvel.
Oh, there's more talking?